Hey everybody, it's been a long time since last time I made a video. But my brother, my niece, who make up the majority of my subscribers, asked me for an update. Um, it's, it's going pretty good. I mean, I really don't know what much more to say. But quite a bit's happened since the last video I made. I think the last one was back around January-ish, if that's even a word. But a lot has happened. I've celebrated both my kids' birthdays. I've had a birthday. Their mom's had a birthday, and it's crazy to think. My daughter's 5 now. My son's 4. They both just started school last week. She's in kindergarten. He's in preschool. It is really crazy to think that they're growing up so fast. Due to COVID, my daughter only went to a couple of weeks of preschool, so I never kind of got that full school year experience with her as I am now. Um, with their mom, things are going really, really well as far as co parenting and stuff goes. So she was in a relationship at the beginning of the year. That ended kind of around February ish, but at that time she was seeing them consistently. She was taking them overnights. They were even spending some weekends with her and stuff, giving me some time to breathe, some time to work on myself. Things that I needed to get done were getting done, which was really, really nice because for you single parents, you know how that is. Trying to get projects around the house done or trying to get things done for you when you got two young children with you, it's a roller coaster. Anyways, so that little relationship that she had ended mid to end February, I think. Not that it really matters. But she was kind of homeless for a time, so we had a spare bedroom, and so she moved in. She actually moved back into the house for about 2 months. Well, she got back onto her feet, found her a place, which was good because the kids got us here every day, and I had almost daily time to myself to do what I needed to do. And when it when I first considered, I'm like, man, this is gonna be awkward. It actually wasn't. It was really nice. Um, and me and her got to being friends again because of how things kind of ended at the marriage and everything like that. We were talking, but we weren't on the same like friendship level that we were on. I mean, we're still not quite to that point. There's some trust issues and a little bit of bitterness on both sides, and but we became friends again, which was really good for me, really good for her, and really good for the kids because they were able to see that even divorced, their parents could get along quite well. In fact, things got really good between us that we went out and got our tattoos that we had been planning for forever, pretty much. I mean, within the first year of our friendship, we knew that we wanted to get a tattoo that kind of represented us. And through our marriage and stuff like that, she came across a design that she really liked. Um, we figured out the meanings to it, what it was for, and stuff like that. And so, kind of show you here, it's kind of a bad view, but it is a sunflower with two triangles kind of wrapped around it. And our version of the meaning of it, the sunflower is our personal journey, our personal growth. Signifies us and where we want to go as our personal selves. And then the two triangles, we agreed upon that it still signifies we are better together, but we've added a little bit to the end where it's we are better together, period. Like, it's like whether it's co-parents, whether it was his husband and wife, whether it was just his friends, it doesn't matter. It still had that like same meaning to it. So we decided to go through with it and we got that tattoo. Um and people, I mean, I get so many compliments on it. They're like, that is such a beautiful tattoo. Can you tell me what it means? And then I tell it to them, they're like, that is that's amazing. And so um just kind of shows you how we were able to grow kind of back together as friends, which is great. Um, but then kind of midish to end of the April area. Yeah, around there. Maybe at the beginning of March, I don't know. But she got into another relationship and they went out and got they're renting, leasing a house together. And so they're living up north and I'm still down here in southern Utah County area. And I mean, it's going good. The one she's with right now, it's kind of a similar situation. She's getting a divorce or is divorced. I don't know the situation, but she's got two kids the same age as ours. And so what we do is we actually switch weeks. So I'll have them for a week. In fact, this is the second night the kids have been back with me. And then she takes them for a week, and her girlfriend gets her kids at the same time. So they got four kids at the same time, and that's got to be a crazy house. Anyways, yeah, things are good. I mean, we still got our up and down days, stuff like that. But we're on really good terms right now, which is nice. The kids love the idea. They've expressed to me that they really like that we get along because at the beginning, it was just me and the kids. Like, mom really wasn't even in the picture. But she's back. She's rocking the mom thing, and she's doing great. As for me, things are going really well. I'm happy. I've had two girlfriends since the divorce. First one, it was one of those things that like started really, really strong and then just kind of just off in the wind, and that just ended. This last one, we had actually gotten pretty serious. She'd been living here for a couple weeks, just, I guess not living here. She didn't have any of her stuff here, but she'd more or less spend every night here, except for when she had her 7-year-old. And that ended very poorly. She had just gotten out of a 7-year relationship with the dad to her son. And long story short, baby daddy showed up to pick up his stuff, and yeah, we're not together anymore. So that ended abruptly and on really sucky terms. Like, nah, didn't. Like, when she told me, she's like, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again. I'm like, get out. I'm to the point now, I don't deal with drama or garbage or things that I know that I'm worth more on. It's like, if you were just so willing to do that once, what's stopping you from doing it again? It's like, I'm not even gonna entertain the idea of us staying together. So that was a few weeks ago, just recently. But besides that, I'm doing good. I'm still working at a mechanic shop. Here in the next 2 months, I'm probably going to be looking for a new job. Not by my own decision, but the owner, my father, is finally retiring and selling the shop after 45 years. So I'm happy for him. Me and some of the other siblings weren't planning on that. Like, original plan is a lot of the siblings, we were going to kind of take it over and run it, and eventually buy it from him for his retirement. But he has a serious buyer. We're not going to stand in his way. He's worked his butt off, just absolutely worked his butt off. And so it's time for him to retire. It's time for him to enjoy something for himself, to do things for himself and have money to do whatever he wants. So I'm happy for him. I was originally entertaining the offer of staying with the new owners. They offered me a spot, but I don't know if I could work in the same shop for a different person, especially after essentially running the shop for so long. So I'm entertaining a few other options as far as going back into car sales. being like a service rider at a dealership or even a mechanic at a dealership. If you don't know, you can make a lot of money in any position at the dealerships if you have the skill set for it. So, yeah, it's the end of August, coming up on Halloween. Kids are excited. Wow, I'm already at 10 minutes for this video. Sorry, guys. A lot has happened. My cruise is in like 70 days right now with the whole Delta variant of COVID and all that happening now. Still kind of up in the air what's going to happen. Norwegian just sent out a letter saying that any kids that can't receive the vaccine are not allowed on the cruise. So as of right now, it's still happening, and it's an adult-only cruise. And with how many families were booked and now are canceling their cruise, it's going to be a very empty cruise. So we will see if it still happens. My fingers are crossed. The only mistake I made is I didn't realize my passport had expired. So I've expedited it. They're currently working on it. Turnaround time is 12 weeks for expedited services. And I sent that to them 13 weeks before my cruise is supposed to depart. So yeah, if that doesn't come in, I'm going to have to book another cruise and not go on this one. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, has anything else happened to me? I don't think anything else has happened to me. Oh, I guess at the beginning of the year, I went to the doctors for a physical, and I told them I had some pain in my neck that was getting worse and worse and worse. So they did some x-rays and they actually found a growth on the back of my neck, like on my spine. They were very concerned about cancers and tumors and stuff like that because that runs in my family. But after doing some tests and sending me to, what would you call it, a cancer specialist? I don't even know the word, but they've determined it's not fatal, let's just say. They're pretty confident that it's not even... The doctor tried to explain it to me. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. But I guess on like x-rays and MRIs and stuff like that, if it's a soft tissue type material, which like most cancers and tumors are, it shows up a certain way on those. And the way that this was showing up, it appeared to be more of a solid, like they're thinking maybe it's like a bone spur or just an abnormal growth on my spine. But they're monitoring it. I go in every few months for new exams and new tests just to make sure it's not growing, that it's not spreading, that it's not what they feared it might be. So that happened. Scared the crap out of the whole family. It was actually to the point when the doctors first called me, I completely lost it. I broke down. I bawled for days. When I finally told her, the mom of the kids, what was going on, she actually went into like a complete panic too, because apparently she cared for me a lot more than she thought she did at the time. And she was actually considering breaking up with the girlfriend she had at the beginning of the year, or not necessarily breaking up, but it turned into a fight between them, and moving into the house and caring for me for my last days, and then caring for the kids. That was actually kind of the turning point on our friendship. So it was kind of like a jumpstart for us to get back into our friendship. But I've had 4 exams since the initial. It's not growing, still looks the same. They've given me some medicine to help with the neck pain and stuff like that. I've gone and seen some spine specialists and some chiropractors and stuff like that to try to help relieve the pains and stuff. But they're thinking it initially started from one of my many um, head and neck traumas that I received as a child. I was very accident prone, especially from the neck up. Um, I use that as an excuse on why my face looks like this. But so they think it might have, like, maybe I had like a, I don't know, but they just think that there was an accident or something and just something started to grow funny. Because I've had neck pains as long as I can remember. Um, but yeah, I mean, right now things are really going good for me. Obviously, I still have my bad days. There's a lot of days where I still want to break down and cry. Um, Especially because I've had the same Facebook page for ever since Facebook happened. You know, it was right after MySpace. And all the memories, like, there's almost a different memory every day on Facebook that has to do with me and her of some sort. Some of them are like, oh yeah, I remember that one, that was awesome. And then some of them are like, I miss it. Which, I mean, I do. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed being married. It was fun. I was married to my best friend. And I hoped it went forever. Some of the things that have happened, and it started off doing it because I was just really angry at everything that had to do with religion, that had to do with God and stuff like that. But for those that are familiar with Utah and what we're famous for, I've pretty much left the Mormon Church. I've denounced them and disowned them just because of the way that they treated me personally, like towards my tattoos, towards my questioning of some teachings, that the way they teach, or the way that they treated my ex-wife for her, what would you call it? Sexual orientation? No, not orientation. Is that the word? Oh, hell if I know. The way that they kind of disowned her for being gay. And I just didn't think that was right of a Christ-loving church and stuff like that. So I'm just like, you know what, you guys aren't matching up to what you teach. And then I started to deep dive into church history and some other stuff, and I just came across things that I can't overlook. So that was a big life change because I was born in the church, I was raised in the church, and now I'm not. So I'm the black sheep of the family, and yeah, didn't make many in the family very happy, but it was my decision. If they want to stay, they've all stayed. If they don't have to. But I've had some great memories since leaving. And just, I've noticed that my happiness has surpassed anything that I've had before. Because I got nothing holding me back, and I can do what I want and not have to worry about being judged by them. In fact, one of the best things that's happened to me in a really, really long time, I just went camping with two of my brothers, my brother's entire, like, extended in-law family, or not entire, but a good chunk of them. And then one of my other brothers and his kids showed up, and we just sat around the campfire and talked until 3 o'clock in the morning. And I've never had that experience with my brothers. And for me, that was probably the best thing that's happened to me in a really, really long time. One of them is one of my subscribers. He's the one that wanted me to make an updated video. So, Dusty, if you've actually stuck around for 20 minutes, thanks for the camping trip, for you and Darren, and for the kids and all those that showed up. It was very needed, and despite the rain and the cold, thank you. Well, just at the 20-minute mark, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's like 12:30, and I got work, and the kids got school in the morning. So I'm going to sign off for the night. I'll do more little updates here and there now that I'm kind of at an emotional state where I can. But yeah, as always, if you have any questions, any comments, you need to talk about anything, whether it's divorce, whether it's transitioning to a single parent, or just being a single parent, I'm here for you. Reach out in the comments, ask away. I'll answer them the best I can. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell. What else do all these other YouTubers say? Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys.